Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Annie and welcome to Teens Under Christ. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel and stopping by once again. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this, and comment down below any questions or doubts that you might have throughout the videos. I first wanted to say once again, I know I haven't been posting lately and I'm so sorry, but it has been FSA weeks and we have been testing. I've been having a lot of end of the school projects and things like that I have to complete. So I just wanted to say sorry real quick because I know I haven't been posting for you guys a lot of content, and that you guys might be waiting for the Monday post and the Wednesday's post, but it has been a little bit hard. So I'm trying my best. So today I'm going to go over a devotional. For those who have watched my videos before, you guys have known that I like many devotional books, and one of the devotional books that I think is really cool and you can really you can really understand where she's coming from is the book 100 Days to Brave. I forgot the author, but it's from 100 Days to Brave. And this chapter that we're going to be reading is the day 55, and it's the chapter Say No. So we're going to be going through this chapter because I think all of her chapters are actually really good. She always has a really good message at the end of the story, or at the end of the way she relates. So I really like reading that. So I'm going to go ahead and read it to you guys so that you guys can check it out. So day 55, Say No. This is based on Daniel 3:18, and it says, "But even if he does not rescue us, we want you to know, Your Majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up." So some of you guys may know who it is, and some of you guys might not know who it is. I know who it is. It's a pretty good story in the Bible. You should check it out, and she's going to actually explain to us, so we're going to see who it is. You may have heard me talk about this before, but I am deeply moved by the story of, please forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Can't really pronounce them. I'll put their names right here on the screen. In Daniel 3, these young Israelites men were captured as slaves when they were just teenagers and then taken to Babylon with Daniel. In Daniel 1, we see them say no to meats and rich foods. For 10 days at the end of it, they are honored for their strength, especially in the face of eating much less than the other soldiers, not shoulders, soldiers in training. Years later, those young men were administrators over all of Babylon, and Daniel was serving at the royal court. I've heard his name before, but it's always difficult to pronounce. But King Nebuchadnezzar built a massive gold statue, 90 feet high, 9 feet wide. And then he decided that everyone in town had to bow to the statue and worship it whenever the music played, and anyone who didn't would be thrown into a blazing furnace. Our guys worshipped the one true God and had no interest in bowing down to anything. They said no when the rest of the people said yes. Can you imagine that courage? To stand when everyone else bows? Knowing the result, knowing who you are and how much you are respected, yet choosing to go against your boss, namely the king, in a life-threatening way. Because everybody was to bow down whenever the music played, and like everybody bowed down, and there were like the only three that were standing, like among everybody who else was bowing down. And well, that's pretty obvious if everyone else is bowing down. I hope I always have the courage to say, I know what God can do, but even if He doesn't, I will still worship idols. I still won't worship idols. I will stay worship the one true God. I know God can heal my friend's illnesses, but even if He doesn't, I know God can fix relationships. But even if He doesn't, I know God can provide a spouse. But even if He doesn't, I know God can provide me financially. But even if He doesn't, right? Even if He doesn't. These three said it, knowing their lives were on the line, and they never looked back. They were brave. They said no, and even when their voices of fear must have been whispering to them, they didn't listen. Like everybody else, they're like, what in the world are you doing? Like, bow down. Like, you're gonna, like, your lives are gonna be, like, in danger. You're gonna get killed. Like, bow down for, like, the sake of your life. They didn't listen. They stood there in their no and believed that God is still God. A lot of courageousness make for some beautifully brave yeses. And I'm not sure you're going to get it right every time saying the right yeses and the right nos. I didn't get it right all the time, but courage doesn't equal right. Courage equals stepping out of the way and trying. Being brave and saying yes, but also being brave and saying no. Jump on the float. Walk into the furnace. Stand up, sit down. Get on that flight. Say the things that courage asks you to say, even if the word is no. What is one thing you can say no to today that will make you space for some better yeses in the future? So this story, it shows us of the three Israelites who became like super high honored people in their town and in Babylonia. Well, they became like really like known people and respected people, and when the king decided to make this humongous throne for them, they all just decided to say, no, we will not bow down to like the things of this world. We won't honor and worship the things of this world, because we will only worship our one true God. And this is telling us that courage doesn't mean that you know what's going to happen, but it means that you have like the strength and the bravery to do it, and at least trying. And this in a funny way, I know it's a little bit out of like topic, but it reminds me of this episode from Mickey Mouse. I like to see like the Mickey Mouse that are like not like the new kids version Mickey Mouse, but like the Mickey Mouse that's kind of like it looks like drawn. Like, I don't know how to describe it, or I don't know what it is exactly called. I'll try to find a picture of like what kind of Mickey Mouse I like, but I like watching like that Mickey Mouse. Like, I like watching some original shows, an episode, Mickey, can I borrow this? Mickey, can you do that? Mickey, that. And he's like, yes. And then at the end of it, someone's like, Mickey, can we like take your house? And we're like, no. At the end of the show, he's like, no. And everyone's like, what? And then because like the whole time he had said yes, you can do this, yes. But then he finally stood his ground and said no. I know this is a kid's show, but it reminds me of that, because I feel like sometimes we let the world guide us and we're like, yep, well, we'll go this way, we'll go that way, yes. But sometimes we forget that we can also even do that with our spiritual lives. We can let the world influence our choices and tell us or let us think what the right answer is, like that like this is the correct answer, so like do it, or like this is what you should say, so like do it, or this is what you are expected to do, so like do it. And this is, I feel like, sometimes happens like in our like Christian lives and like our spiritual lives. We don't really get like, we're not always like told like sometimes people expect us to do things like the things of the world, like you should do this, or why don't you do this, or like why it's weird if you don't do that, or you should do this because then if you're not, you're weird or different. But like I think in that sense it's okay to be weird because you're standing your ground with one of the most powerful force in the whole entire universe, the most powerful everything in the universe, and there's nothing that can compare to how strong God's word is, and how God can literally like say this will happen and this happened, like as we see like in Genesis. It's like God said let there be light, and boom bada boom bada boom, there was light. So like it's like, so like we're with the most powerful everything in the universe, so we should have the power to say yes and no, and especially no to the things that are not correct. Like people saying this, oh you should this, and you're like, okay sure, I'll do it or I'll try it, but you have to know how to say no, like stand your ground saying no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not telling like kids to like go against their parents and say no, I'm not gonna do that, but like, because I don't want people to like become rebellious and things like that. But I think if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Like when we're talking about standing our spiritual ground with God and everything, this looks weird. Standing our spiritual grounds with God and everything, we really need to like stand our ground and say yes, we're going to do it, and no, we're not going to do that. So like yes, we're going to stand strong, and no, we're not going to bow down. So that's my end of the devotional for you guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by once again. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys hopefully on Wednesday if God and the world, school allows it. Okay, thank you guys so much for stopping by.